Have you ever walked into a room and felt the air shift? Eyes turn toward you, but no one says a word. Smiles tighten. Laughter fades. Conversations stop mid-sentence. And there you are, wondering, what did I do wrong? But what if I told you it's not your fault? What if the presence you carry, a kind of invisible energy radiating from your soul, is speaking something so powerful that the world isn't ready to hear it? Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists of all time, said, "Every person radiates an unconscious field of energy that reflects their true self." Abraham Maslow called it the glow of self-actualization. Viktor Frankl saw it as the fire of meaning. And Carl Rogers believed it was the power of authenticity. Today, we're diving into 10 signs that your energy is so strong it leaves others both drawn to you and unsettled. This isn't about being too much or weird. This is about being a rare soul, born to awaken the world. If you've ever felt like you don't belong, been called too deep or different, this video is for you. Stick around, because I'm going to show you why your energy is a gift and how to turn it into a torch that lights up your path. First, let's clear one thing up. When I talk about energy or aura, I'm not talking about some mystical glow you'd see in a fantasy movie. This is a concept grounded in psychology, studied by some of the sharpest minds of the 20th century. Carl Jung, the pioneer of analytical psychology, believed every person radiates an unconscious field of energy. He called it unconscious transmission, the way your soul communicates with the world before you even speak. It's in your gaze, the way you carry yourself, the weight of your silence. What fuels this energy? Jung said it comes from facing your shadow, the hidden parts of yourself, like fears, wounds, or desires you've buried. When you embrace your shadow, your energy becomes authentic. And authenticity? It's so powerful, it can make others tremble. Abraham Maslow, the creator of the hierarchy of needs, added another layer. He studied people who reach the peak of personal growth, those who self-actualize. In Toward a Psychology of Being, Maslow wrote that these people exude a calm confidence, unshaken by the need for approval. They're like mountains standing firm against the winds of social judgment. But that very freedom makes them seem different to others. Viktor Frankl, the author of Man's Search for Meaning, saw energy through the lens of purpose. He believed that when you live for something bigger than yourself, you radiate a fire that inspires. But that fire can also expose the emptiness in those who haven't found their own meaning. Finally, Carl Rogers, a leader in humanistic psychology, emphasized authenticity. In On Becoming a Person, he wrote, "When you live true to your emotions and values, you create a space that's both safe and challenging for others. Your authenticity is like a mirror, reflecting both the beauty and the cracks in someone else's soul." So, what is psychological energy? It's the reflection of your true self, not the mask you wear, not the role you play, but the soul you are when you dare to be real. But why does this energy make people both drawn to you and uneasy? Let's explore the 10 signs. Sign 1. People call you too deep or too serious. You say things others avoid. You ask questions no one dares to answer, not to show off, but because you crave connection on a deeper level. Yet instead of being met with openness, you hear, "Why so serious?" Maslow said self-actualized people are often seen as too much because they live with an emotional depth others aren't used to. Tell me, when was the last time someone called you too deep? Sign 2. Small talk drains you. Chatting about the weather, jobs, or the latest television show feels like it's sucking the life out of you. You try to smile, nod, play along, but inside you're screaming, "Let's talk about something real." Carl Rogers explained that authenticity makes you sensitive to inauthenticity. Your soul hungers for true connection, and your energy sends a signal. I want to see the real you. Sign 3. You attract unexpected confessions. Strangers spill their life stories to you at the grocery store. Friends turn to you when they're falling apart. You've been called a therapist more times than you can count, even though you never signed up for it. Jung believed some people carry the healer archetype. Your energy creates a safe space. But here's the catch. You rarely get asked, "How about you? Are you okay?" Does that sound familiar? Sign 4. People avoid eye contact with you. You walk into a room, and people glance at you, then quickly look away. They speak softer, act differently. Jung said your gaze is like a mirror, reflecting the shadow others don't want to see. It's not that you're scary. It's that your authenticity makes them feel exposed. Have you noticed this in your interactions? Sign 5. Your presence triggers strong reactions. You're just sitting there doing nothing out of the ordinary, but someone gets defensive, irritated, or oddly cold. You wonder, what did I do? Frankl explained that when you live with purpose, your energy highlights the lack of meaning in others. You don't need to say a word. Your presence alone shakes them up. Sign 6. You can't stand inauthenticity. Fake smiles, empty words, or social masks, you see through them instantly. It's not judgment. It's instinct. Rogers called this a sign of psychological maturity. You're attuned to what's not real. But this sensitivity makes others uneasy because they know you see their true selves. Sign 7. You make people second-guess themselves. You ask questions others shy away from. You challenge assumptions, not to argue, but because you want to understand deeply. Maslow said the clarity of self-actualized people exposes the confusion in others. Ever notice someone stumbling over their words around you, as if they're rethinking everything? Sign 8. People open up to you, then pull away. They share their secrets, say you understand them like no one else. For a moment, it feels like a real connection. Then, poof, they're gone. No texts, no calls. Jung said your energy unlocks their shadow, the pain or truth they're not ready to face. You didn't hurt them. You showed them themselves. Has this happened to you? Sign 9. You challenge authority without trying. Your boss gets tense. The loud, controlling person goes quiet. It's not intentional, but your energy says, "I'm not easily swayed." Frankl believed those who live with inner freedom threaten those who rely on control. Ever notice how people shift when you refuse to bow? Sign 10. You feel like you don't belong in this world. Since childhood, you've felt different, like you see with ancient eyes in a world obsessed with the surface. Jung called this the call of the deeper self. Maslow said self-actualized people often feel like outsiders, living at a higher level of meaning. Do you ever feel like you're walking a path no one else can see? Now that you know the 10 signs, let's tackle the bigger question. Why does your energy make people react this way? From a psychological perspective, Carl Jung explained that your presence activates others' shadows, the parts they've buried, like insecurities, fears, or dreams they've abandoned. When you live authentically, you become a mirror, forcing them to face what they're hiding from. Abraham Maslow added that self-actualized people disrupt social norms. In a world that values conformity and agreement, your freedom, no need for approval, no masks, feels strange. You don't mean to challenge anyone, but your very existence does. Viktor Frankl saw it through the lens of meaning. He wrote, "The truth always unsettles before it sets us free." When you live with purpose, you remind others of the emptiness they're avoiding. It's not your fault. It's why they pull back or judge you. Carl Rogers pointed to inauthenticity as a defense mechanism. Most people wear masks to feel safe. But when you're authentic, you break that defense. Your energy says, be yourself. And not everyone's ready for that invitation. Think about the last time you felt misunderstood. Was it because you said something too real, or just because you were being you? Your energy is a gift, but it can feel heavy if you don't know how to handle it. Here are 4 ways to turn it into strength, inspired by the wisdom of these great psychologists. Embrace your true self. Carl Rogers urged us to value our authenticity. Each day, spend 5 minutes journaling about what makes you feel alive. When someone calls you too much, smile, and remember you're living at a depth they haven't reached yet. Protect your energy. Jung stressed the importance of boundaries. You don't have to absorb every confession or negative vibe. Learn to say no to draining conversations and carve out time alone to recharge. Find your tribe. Maslow said self-actualized people need others on the same journey. Seek out people who value your depth. They're your home. Live with purpose. Viktor Frankl believed purpose turns energy into light. Ask yourself, what makes my life worth living? When you live for that, your energy inspires rather than intimidates. Try one of these today. Which one will you pick? Drop it in the comments below. You're not a stranger in this world. You're a rare soul, born to awaken what's asleep. Your energy isn't a burden. It's the fire of authenticity, growth, and meaning. Carl Jung said, "Those who face their shadow shine in the darkness." Abraham Maslow wrote, "Becoming yourself is the greatest gift you can give the world." Viktor Frankl reminded us, "Meaning is the light that guides you through any storm." And Carl Rogers declared, "Authenticity is the greatest power of all." Today, I want you to hold this truth. You're not too much. You're not weird. You're a flame the world needs, even if they're not ready. So don't shrink. Don't hide your light. Shine. Because somewhere out there, souls are waiting for you to lead the way. In the comments, share which of the 10 signs hit home for you, and what will you do to live true to your energy. If this video spoke to you, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's also searching for their path. Thank you for being here. Keep shining.